This meeting is being recorded.
For prosperity.
All right, so today we should be able to describe angles as acute or obtuse. I think most of us can do that, but we're going to cover it very quickly, just in case you've forgotten. We're also going to be able to measure angles on a protractor, and I find a lot of students read the wrong end of the protractor. So I'm going to make sure that you read the correct ends. Has anybody used a protractor before in the chat? Right, I probably need to scroll down. So Esther has, Kai has,
chat.
Millie has, brilliant. Oh, you can't hear me, Bastian. Did you want to log in and out again, or check your Can you hear me now?
I'm not seeing a chat.
You might need to load it up, Carrie. So at the top, if you scroll to the top, there's chat next to recorder. All right, we'll move on. Okay, so we're going to do some 2-minute revision, and I'll just set my phone because I don't want this to take forever. And we're going to do it as a group. And it's just 2 minutes on what we did last lesson. Have you found it, Carrie? It's still missing.
No, the chat's actually just showing up in a little box down the bottom, but not on the right-hand side. It's weird. I've never had this before.
You can shift it. Okay, we're starting.
It's not like that.
Okay. Starting. And we've got 7 questions, and we want to get to 7 questions, and I've already taken up 15 minutes. Okay, so guys, which property is it? Commutative or associative? Let me know in the chat. And if you know the answer, so we got commutative. We've got lots of C's. All right, I'm going to point out that it is associative because associative is when we group things up. So we are associating things together. So it's an A. What would be the answer, guys? I guess the answer to the question. So if you had to solve the equation, what would it be? Hello. We're wasting time.
My chat just suddenly popped up.
Sorry, that's okay. So what's the answer to the equation? And up. There we go. So 1 plus 8 gives us 9, plus 2 should give us 11. Yeah, we've got some 11s. Brilliant. Thanks, Esther. All right. Okay, this property, is it associative or commutative? Associate means to group. Commutative is when you're moving the numbers around. So what did we say? We said commutative. Awesome. So it is commutative. And the answer to this one, if we had to solve it, yeah, it's 3. Okay, this one, associative or commutative? A or C? Oh, got a C. Awesome. And the answer is 2 plus 6, we get 8. Brilliant. So, all right, we won't do that. How did we go? Did we go very poor, fair, good, or excellent? Yeah, 5 or 4. I think we got some of the answers right. I reckon we went 2 because we only got through 3 other questions. What would you say, Carrie?
It was too fast for me. I was still trying to figure out my chat and everything else. And for people who weren't there on Monday, they wouldn't have probably known what we were talking about.
That's true.
And I just put in there that some of them came to my class yesterday, and we looked at both of the laws, but we didn't really get a hang up on their names. We know that it doesn't matter which way we add things, it'll work out the same, and which way we multiply things, it'll work out the same.
That's true. So if you forget the names, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Making strategies easier. So we use these two rules just to make numbers easier. Looking at this one, what if you had to choose two numbers to multiply first? Which numbers would you choose, guys? 9 and 5, 2 and 5, then 9.
Every
9.
combination possible. 2 and 9, 9 and 5, 2 and 5. That's all combinations, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all combinations. I like 2 and 5. Like you could do 2 and 9, or you could do 9 and 5. But 2 and 5, if we group them together, we get 10. So we can write that as 10 multiplied by 9. And I love my 10 times tables because I can rattle them off very quickly. Is anybody else confident with their 10 times tables, guys? Yeah. So 10 times 9 gives us 90. It's a cool little strategy. So try to make 10. All right, we'll look at another one. We've got 5 times 2 times 8. So what numbers would we multiply first? There's no right or wrong answers. Yep, cool. 5 times 2. The answer is definitely 80. So yep, I would group up the 5 times 2. And we get 10. Multiply it by 8, and we get 80. It's a cool little strategy to have. It makes solving problems easier. And our last one. So we've got 5 times 2 times 8 times 5. I want you to all have a go at this in the chat. And then I want you to tell me what strategies you used, because I'm interested.
Just remember they didn't, Jacob didn't ask you for the answer.
No, I want
Yeah.
the strategies.
He wanted
guys.
the strategy. So I think 400 is the answer.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's 400. I haven't worked it out.
How did you do it?
Oh, that's really cool, Bastian.
So you did what, 25? I don't know what you did, Bastian, there.
We did 5 times 5, which is 25, multiplied by 2 gives us 50, multiplied by 8 gives us 400.
Mm.
Yeah.
5 times 2 times 5 times 8. Yep.
Cool. I like some of these. I'm going to put them up. So somebody did 10 times 5. That's awesome, Millie. So there are lots of different ways you can get to the right answer. Carrie, you're writing something down, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay. So Carrie would do 5 times 2 and 8 by 5. Yeah, that's cool. That's an awesome strategy. Yeah, 5 times tables are pretty awesome. Who's confident with their 5 times tables? I actually like that strategy. They're easy. Yep, the 10s and 5s are definitely easy. And at the start of the week, we do have like a little pick me. We do have a little quiz for you to do on the page. Has anybody done it yet? The 2s, 5s,
We
and
did
10s?
it in our class yesterday.
Brilliant, 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 brilliant. And did anybody use the interactive as well?
The Galaxy thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played that too.
Cool. And it's a really good way of learning your number facts. And if you know your number facts, all of maths is a lot easier. Well, maths is a lot easier. That's okay. We're going to move on, and we won't do some bod maths, because I think I'm running out of time. And our lesson is on angles. So, on an angle, the little point which we see right here is called a vertex. The line that connects the line 2 and line 1 is referred to as the angle. These lines, sometimes we call them rays. Kerry, what do you call them? I think I just call them lines.
Yeah, a ray is actually defined as a line with an arrow on the end. So it actually goes in one direction only.
Okay.
So they
You know what?
normally would have rays on the end, but you don't need to get hung up on the naming.
I'll add him. I'll make him rays. So
Little arrows on the end, now they're rays.
Yeah, they're rays. Okay. So start off with, these are right angles. So here's a right angle. Can you see my right angle? It looks like the L, like an L on my forehead. But they're always 90 degrees. We know this, yes, in the chat. Give me a Y. That a right angle is 90 degrees. Brilliant. Can we see some right angles, guys, in this picture? Yep. On the corner of the boxes, they're all 90 degrees. I'll draw some in. There's some 90 degrees. There's a 90 degrees, and there's a 90 degrees. Brilliant. Looking at this question, which of the following are, wait, I've missed something. Oh, okay. So acute angles are less than 90 degrees, so they're less than the L. Of all of these angles, which ones would you say are acute? And I'm going to get you to put your answers into the poll. So edit question. Yes. Actually, no. Do you? Which of the angles are acute? And we'll do short answer. Open poll. So I want you to do the second question. So who cares about the McDonald's ones?
You're not really going to put a 5-minute limit on it, are you?
We're not. I'm going to close it very quickly.
Because most people already had the answers in the chat, which just disappeared on me. Every time you open up a poll, the chat disappears.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to close the poll. So 8 of 12. Can I just get one more person to put down an answer? I can't see it. Can still chat. Ah, that's okay. We'll close poll. Poll results. Oh, it's too ECG. You're right. It is ECG. I don't think I like this poll function, and I'll play around with it later. But guys, thank you for indulging me. I think I agree with E, C, and G. Definitely. I'm glad no one said D, F, or A. And we'll move on. Okay, so how do we read angles? So we have to start at the 0 and move around. And it's a bit like a curvy ruler where we'll just see the number. So this angle will be at 160. All right. So looking at this angle right here, we're going to guess it first. So remember, this is 90 degrees. What will we say this, when we're guessing, we're not reading it, okay? So one person has said 50 degrees. We've got a 45. We've got a 60. We've got a 50. Can we get some more answers? Whoop. I think it's going to be around about 50. What do you reckon, Carrie? Maybe if that's 90.
50 looks pretty good, I think.
All right, let's see. There we go. Using our protractor, we're starting at 0. We're going around, and we get up to 50. Cool.
Some students will tell me it's 130, Jacob.
Yeah. So if you said 130, you'd be reading from this side. Remember, we have to start at the base, which is pointing to 0, and then we go up.
And plus, we can tell by looking at it that it's an acute angle. It's less than 90. So we need to actually make sure that our brain registers with our protractor and that they match up.
Yeah. All right. So there's another type of angle that I just quickly just avoided or skipped on, and that is the obtuse angle. Has anybody heard that before? In the chat. So obtuse angles are bigger than 90 degrees. So, well, they're not 5,000 times bigger. But
He's
you've
heard it
it.
5,000 times.
Yeah, they're bigger than 90 degrees, but they're less than what, guys? Yep, they're less than 180. All right, so looking at these questions, which one, or these angles, which one are acute? Which ones are acute? So A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. I'm just going to check my clock. 10:30. I've got 15 minutes. All right. We've got an E. Yep, I would buy E as obtuse. We got G. Yep, I would definitely buy that. And we've got F. No, F is a straight angle, so F is definitely not obtuse. It's just a straight line.
Has to be, Jacob, it has to be less than 180. So that one actually equals 180.
Yeah.
And that has a special name called a straight angle for obvious reasons.
Because it's straight. And what was the other one? B.
Well, I don't know.
Awesome. That is definitely an obtuse angle. Okay, so this angle, what? I've already given you the the degrees, but the name of it, guys? The reflex angle is bigger than 180, but we're not talking about it today. So it is an obtuse. Awesome. And I want you to give me what the measurement of this angle is. We're not going to guess it, but we'll... We got lots of... well done, Kai. Yep, it is definitely 120 degrees. And for those who are a bit confused, we start at 0, go around, and we get to 120 degrees. 123. I think it might be 123. It's just a bit above 120, to be precise. Okay, we've done the first one. All right. This angle, what do we think it is, guys? Lego, Cooper thinks 90. Esther reckon it's a right angle. So I reckon it's right as well. Carrie, would you say it's right?
I would never assume if it didn't have the square in it. It looks like a right angle, but I'd have to measure it.
All right. That's actually a really good point. All right, so we're going to measure it. We started at 0. And I think our protractor is a little off. Got to go around. And it's approximately 90. It might be 91.
Too hard to tell. I would expect, I always wanted my kids, I'm pretty hard taskmaster in case you hadn't figured that out yet, to be with 1 degree either side.
Plus or minus 1 degree.
Yeah, I did. If I said it was 35 degrees, I'd accept 34, 35 or 36. Don't tell me it's 37.
Okay, cool. So what Carrie would write would be 90 degrees.
Plus or minus 1 degree.
Plus or minus 1 degree. So if you want to be really smart, you could totally do that.
No, I just want, if I measure it, I assume that I'm accurate and I expect my kids to be within 1 degree.
So that means it could be 89 or 91. All right. What about this one, guys? Firstly, the name of it. In the chat, we've got an acute. Do we agree? Yeah, I think we do. So our name is an acute.
It's interesting, this particular one, because most of the time, can you see my mouse?
No.
No. Okay. Most of the time when we draw the angles, they actually face the other way. And so a lot of kids think because it's facing, towards the left, that it's actually an obtuse angle. They see it from the 0 coming around that way instead of looking at the angle between the arms.
Yeah. So it's really important that the angle is drawn because it could be a reflex angle. Okay, so we're guessing. What do we think it is? So it's an acute, so it has to be less than 90 degrees. Esther reckons 45, 45s, 40s.
And sometimes when students are asked to measure angles, the arms of the rays or the lines aren't long enough to actually
Also true.
hit the other side of the protractor. So students are then encouraged to extend those lines with a ruler and pencil. And sometimes that creates a little bit of error if they're not, if they go off a little bit. You can imagine if you go off a little bit, by the time you've reached way out here, it's too far away from the actual line that it was supposed to be.
Yeah. I reckon it's going to be 38 degrees, plus or minus 2 degrees. What do you reckon, Kerry?
I'd go 40.
You go 40?
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Oh man, there we go. We've got it. I think I'm within my range of plus or minus, by the way. So Kerry said we can extend the lines. I think the 0 is fine.
Yep. But yeah, see how it stops there? And
It is.
then students have to extend it. So you need to
Yeah.
remove your protractor, extend your line, and then see where it hits.
Okay. So guys, remember we start at 0? We have to go around. What do we think it is in the chat? Deepa says, I don't think I'm right, but I think I got the closest from all of you. I got 36. Because this isn't really accurate, we'll go, when we checked it, it was 36 plus or minus 1.
You don't need to write that.
Yeah, you don't.
I wouldn't even bother to write that. It's just, it looks like 35 to me where you've got your dots, but
Yeah,
it hits that
but I don't
35.
think but I didn't roll my dots, so that's like a guesstimating where the dots are, the line would be. Okay, what about this one, guys? We definitely know it's an acute, but we'll guess it for what would we say this angle is, guys? And yeah, when you have a protractor, it is really obvious. So this is why we don't assume. So we've got 70 degrees. We'll put that down. We've got 75. We got a 60. 75. Harry, what would you say it is?
I don't know, maybe 75.
Yeah, I think I'll go for 75 as well. We're going to put a protractor. And this one's actually quite easy to read. So we start at 0, go around, and we get to 70 degrees. So we checked it at 70. Brilliant. And we're up to, how are we going for time? We're not doing too badly today. All right. So in your submission sheet, you'll be asked to draw or to measure the angles on a clock between the minute hand and the hour hand. So on the clock, the long hand is the minute or hour, guys. Easy dubs. Yep. The long hand is the minute. So if it's the minute hand, where would it be pointing for 7 p.m.? Guys, at the 12, brilliant. Please, on the sheet, make sure you rule it. And what about the hour hand? So it's a shorthand. Where would that be pointing? Yeah, it'll be pointing at 7. So there are 2 ways you can do this. One way, you could possibly measure the angle. Make sure to draw in the angle, so between the minute and the hour. So that's where our angle will be. The other way is you could use some logic. So if we broke up the clock into little segments along the hour hands, how many segments would we have? Yeah, we would have 12. Remember, these segments are equal sides, so we call them something beginning with F that we looked at in Module A. There we go. I think I'm doing such a bad job of this. And we're pretending that this is straight. There we go. So we've got 12 equal sections, and we're pretending that they're straight lines and they're completely angle. They're completely straight. How many degrees are there in a circle? Do we know? Yeah, there are 360 degrees. Remember our protractor, if we go back, is 180 degrees. A circle is two protractors joined together. That gives us 360. If we divide that 360 by 12, divided by 12, what would we get? We'd get 30 degrees. So each of these little sections on our clock is 30 degrees. And if we go back to the minute hands, just using our guesstimation skills, what do we think this angle would be? So from 12 to 7. Yeah, we think around about 155, 150 degrees. So this is our guess. All right, how many little sections are there between 7 to 12? We got 5. Do we agree with that? Okay. Let me just check. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So there are 5 sections. And each of these sections are 30 degrees in size. So, Cooper, you're already above me. 5 by 30 gives us 150. Oh, that's awesome. 5 times 3, add 0 at the end. I like your thinking. So 15 multiplied by 10, which will give us 150. Carrie, how would you do this one?
What, 5 times 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 3s are 15 times 10.
Yeah, brilliant. Awesome. So we're actually at the end of the lesson, and we have finished slightly early, 3 minutes, which is a first, especially for me because it can get pretty wafty. Yeah.
I'm just having a look on the screen for B1.
Yep.
Have we covered? We didn't do any PEDMAS or?
We didn't do any BODMAS. I skipped it. We'll go back to it because we've got 3 minutes. So
Okay.
we've done lesson 1. We've done covered the stuff for lesson 3.
We haven't done lesson 2, and we haven't missing numbers. I don't think we did missing numbers in lesson 3.
We're not going to do missing numbers today. We might, but we'll do some BODMAS.
Okay.
So BODMAS is just the order of operations, and we follow the order: division and multiplication first, then we do addition and subtraction. All right, so looking at this problem, division and multiplication is done first. So what's the division part in this problem? Can we put our mic to the camera so we can talk? Yes.
Well, they just want to talk to Angus, so I'm asking where Angus is. I don't know. Because they're all in the same room as far as I know.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's sick at home. All right.
Chat to him. You can chat to him in the box.
You can chat to him in 2 minutes' time. Okay, guys? 9 divided by 3, what do we get, guys? In the chat, we get 3. So we've done the division part. And now we got to minus that 3 from 11. What do we get? 8. Brilliant. Looking at the next one. So we do division and multiplication first, and then the addition and subtraction. So I want you to have a go, and we'll put the, that's okay if you've miscalculated. You misclicked. want you to have a go first, and I'll put the answer on the screen.
And just while they're working on that, I've just Pippa, I've been having a conversation with you on the messages. So can you make sure you check those after the lesson?
You did. If you've had a go and you're not confident, just put a G. All right. And if you don't know how to do it, question mark. So remember, we do the division and the multiplication first. So we're just going to do the 20 times 4. So guys, 2 times 4 gives us 8. So 20 times 4 would be 80. And then we have to add 4 to it. And then we have to minus 5. So I will make it as 4. I'm going to do the minus 5 and 8 first. So I'll put some brackets here. And
I don't know what you're doing with your equal signs there.
Me?
Cooper.
Oh, yeah, plus 4.
Plus 4 is never going to equal 79. So careful of your equal signs, please.
Yeah, be very careful. So 4 plus 75 gives us 79.
Why did you put brackets around the 80 minus 5?
Because I did that part first. So I just put in some brackets.
I think with BODMAS or PEDMAS or whatever you want to call it, safe way is to work left to right so that we don't get confused. So even 4 plus 80 is 84 minus 5 is okay. So working left to right, because it looks like you've chosen to do the subtraction before you've done the addition, and there's no reason. There's no reason for that. You work left to right. They are equal powers, equal.
They are. That's a good rule of thumb, left to right.
Yep,
all right, we're going to move down. Oh, we've already done it. Guys, we're at the end of the lesson. Thank you heaps for your work. Before you go, I want you to let me know something that you learnt today. And if you could, please rate this lesson out of 10. So before you go, something you learnt? Oh, thank you, Ava. That's very sweet. I don't think it was a 9. I think that's a bit jealous. That's a bit generous as well, Lexi. But let me know something you learned, and you are free to leave. The recording will be up just in case you're not amazing with. You learn how many degrees there is in a clock. Yeah, that's okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Hello, Angus. Hello.
Where is Angus? Is he
He's sick.
Oh, he's sick. I hope he's not too sick. Does that mean he gets 2 weeks off of school?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Probably not. Angus, turn on your mic.
Yeah, Angus, turn on your mic and camera.
Nice.
It doesn't sound that sick to me.
Oh, I just have a little cough, so I'm not allowed to go for some reason.
Does your mom think you have the coronavirus?
No.
Well, I honestly hope you don't have the coronavirus.
I don't, definitely.
And quarantine because of the cough.
I wouldn't mind being in quarantine. It'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be fun. No, that'd be boring.
Guys, I'm gonna end the this meeting.
Just playing video games.
I think the recording's still on, so you've just told everyone that you're watching video games. All right. Bye, guys. Bye, Max. Bye, Esther. Bye, Millie. Bye, Nella. Oh, it was great to see you, Nella.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. No, don't leave me. Wait, don't leave. Gus.
Yes?
I'm on the last chapter of I Am Number 4.
Has anyone died?
Huh?
Has anyone died?
You know Henry I was telling you about?
Oh, yeah.
He's dead. He's dead.
Guys, I'm actually going to turn off the meeting.
Okay. Bye.